Hey beautiful friends, this is Purple Spirit Healing with Lolly, and I'm Lolly. I have another awesome video for you. Before I get started, please like and subscribe down below. I always like to make new friends, so make sure to comment at the end any questions you might have about the material I'm covering and how to get in contact with me. Visit my website, purplespirithealing.com. And I have an Instagram channel where I do a card of the day. So visit me there too. The topic today is how to connect to Prince's energy. Because he says, I ain't got no body. So I am energy. I am back to my original spiritual soul body. He says, and I love it. He goes, I can do so much. And he says, thank you for all the people who went to Celebration. Prince's friend, I was with ya. He says he really is honored, and he's holding his heart like this. He says, it still amazes me, he says, of all the love that everyone is sharing. And he really likes seeing that you, purple people, are showing love between each other. You're helping each other. You're talking to each other. You're making friends. You're making connections, business connections, whatever it may be. You are getting together as a community, he says, and that's what I want. That's what my new life path is, to get everyone to feel that sense of community. You might live in California and someone else might live in Florida or Hawaii or New York or the UK or Australia or Japan, but you can still be a community. And one of my teachers has told me this, and Prince confirmed that the internet is a spiritual tool that we can use to vibrationally connect with each other. And we'll go more into that very, very soon. So this year, 2019, Prince says, is the year of awakening. So there's a lot of people on the planet, including you, because it's probably why you were led to watch this video. You are seeking something more, and not more as in more things, but more in here. You want to know what else is there beyond this life that I know, this physical life. There is more. There's so much more. So Prince gave me the vision of an iceberg. You know how an iceberg, there you just see a little bit on the top, but if you were to go underwater, you see how huge this block of ice is, and there's so much more to that iceberg that meets the eye. That's what our spirituality is, our soul, our energy. We're going to talk about energy today. Okay, so let's talk about the fun stuff. How do you connect to Prince's spirit? So first we're going to talk about your energetic vibration. And what the heck is that? I know a couple years ago, I had no clue. Now, that's all I want to talk about. That's all I want to learn about, because that's how you get to him. So Prince is all energy. And you can even look up Einstein, Tesla, where they talk about energy is everything. Everything is made up of energy. Energy flows through you, out of you, and around you constantly. It never stops. So it's not something you can see, but you know it's there. Just like when you plug your computer in the wall, in the socket, and it's charging, right? But you can't actually see the energy flowing, but you know it's going, it's happening. That is how we are too. And you know the Matrix movie where their humans are actually the batteries? That could kind of happen. Just saying. So think of that in a way of how we are energy. We are all energy. And energy has a vibration. And that is the constant about you. Everybody has their own energetic signature. So our emotions and our feelings and what we do physically with our body affects this vibration. So not only the food we eat, and he's big on that. He says, the cleaner you eat, the higher your energy vibration, and the better you can get with me. He says, that is what I learned. He says, early on in life, his late 20s, that he learned that if he were to stop eating animal and go completely plant-based, the song Animal Kingdom, that's where he talks about it, and that was done in the 90s. So that is one of the ways he was trying to get that across, how important it is to keep your body the most clean, pure running machine of energy as possible. And that means a plant-based diet. We're eating from a cow is the recycled energy that the cow received first from grass, green food. Not that we're going to go eat the grass, but we need to eat plants, dark green plants, whether it's dark red beets. Finding the healthy diet, and it's a process. I'm not all the way there. I'm more on the pescatarian side because I love fish. I live in Hawaii. I'm Hawaiian. I gotta eat my fish. Okay, so he wants to talk about how this relates to the law of attraction. You know how like attracts like. So if you realize you've been in a relationship or you keep finding the same person, that same person who has bad habits, because you're putting that vibe out there. You're saying, oh, I want a guy with a good job, but I'm always finding the guy with no job. It's because you're putting that out there. And same thing happens with jobs, situations, your relationships with other people. Our emotions affect our energy levels. And what influences it is our experience and the people that we are around. So sometimes you've been around people that are just exhausting. You went out to dinner with friends and this one person that's there and you're tired. It's like, why does that person just drain everything out of me? And when you don't know how to protect yourself, you will get drained. So that's why he was very careful of the circle of friends he was with, and why he was so adamant about one of the big other reasons letting go of the Warner Brothers label, because he felt just being in contracts with them, the idea of it and what was going on was really draining his energy, and it was affecting his music. He knew that. So he knew he had to be free in so many ways and relate to. There are other parts of us that we have forgotten. We knew before we were born. We knew that as babies, but we forget as we grow because we have been taught, well, I'll see it when I believe it. That kind of thing. Wrong. You need to say it different. I believe it, and so then I will see it. That's what he wants us to understand. Just like any big inventor, the Wright brothers, what's that big Einstein? They believed and they envisioned what they were going to create before it was created. No one else had created those things, but they knew they could do it. They envisioned it in here. They knew it in their heart that it was going to happen, and they worked and worked and worked until they made it a physical something. Well, now I believe it because, the plane's in the air, but I didn't believe it before. But somebody believed it before they saw it. That's what you have to rewire yourself to, and that's part of the law of attraction. And people think, oh, that doesn't work for me because I have to keep my feet on the ground. That's saying I have to be in this life, But yeah, be in this life, but there's more to it. Be more than driving in your car and going to work every day. Okay, so why raising our vibration is important? Because beings like angels, your higher self, anyone who has passed on and is now in spirit, like Prince, vibrating at a level like up here, and we are down here. So what they try to do is lower their vibration, lower their vibration, lower their vibration to be able to communicate with us. So what we need to do is get up there too, and then we can talk. So when we are in dream state, our vibration goes back to where it should be because our logical mind shuts off and we allow our unconscious mind to take over and run rampant, and you have these awesome dreams of Prince, and you're riding in the car with him, and he's talking, and it's so fun. Or you're in concert with him, and he says, "Hey, I see ya." That's really happening. Believe it. He loves doing concerts, and anybody who is dreaming and wants to be with him, show up at concerts. And he starts talking to ya. It's really happening. That dream doesn't make it any less real because you weren't awake. It's just another part of you. So if we can learn to keep our vibration higher or learn to bring it up and keep it up there while we're awake, then we'll probably believe it a little more often. Okay, so let's talk about what lowers your vibration. And it's things you probably already know, things that aren't healthy for your physical body. Hard alcohol, but I do like wine, so I have wine sometimes. Junk food. We all know there ain't nothing in there for ya. He says, processed refined sugar is horrible for you. All the synthetic flavors, dyes, additives to keep, a Twinkie lasting for 2 years. How good is that? No. Toxic relationships, people who, drain your energy, drain your wallet, drain your time. All those things that make you feel less of you, that lowers your vibration. Dishonesty with yourself, with others. Anxiety, anger, fear. And it's not just fear of, I'm afraid for my life. It's a fear of, I'm afraid to tell my truth. I'm afraid if I say what I really want to say, then people won't love me. So I'll just go along with the crowd. That's fear. Fear of being seen. I'm afraid to ask a question in class, when I was in college, because I don't want people to turn around and look at me. And doing this is big. I had crazy fear about it. I thought, I don't want to be on video. That's not my goal in life. But he wanted me to do this. So I'm learning how, and I'm learning to be okay with it. Pharmaceuticals. I know there's so many of us who need it for whatever our ailments are. You need your high blood pressure pills. You need so many other things. And he's not saying to stop taking it cold turkey, but he's saying find ways to improve what's going on in your body so that you will no longer need those pills. He goes, and I know you're all thinking the stuff that he took. And he tried a lot to not need them. And he hated having to take them. And that was something that he had to come to terms with once he crossed over. And it was something he had a lot of guilt with. And that's all I'm going to say about that. He says, we ain't talking about me today. Okay, so happier stuff. What raises our vibration? Leafy greens, the kale, the salads, the rainbow chard, spinach, beetroot, raisins, going outside. It doesn't have to be a lot. You just need a few minutes. Breathing deeply, and that will fall into meditation. Meditation raises your vibration. You just touched my third eye, didn't you? Made me itchy. Lavender oils, relaxation music. He says, you can listen to my news album. Yeah, I love it. West, all the way. Yoga, that raises your vibration. It helps your circulation, and it teaches you how to breathe deeply. He goes, not those shallow breaths just in here at the top. It's the breaths deep in your belly, those big belly breaths, and holding it and then letting it out. So we need to learn how to breathe again. I didn't know I sucked at breathing. And sometimes when you're doing something and you're concentrating and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot to breathe. Breathe. Love. Having love. Love for anything. Loving the clouds. Loving the bird that's chirping outside. Loving the people in your family. Even the ones that are challenging. They're there for a reason to assist you in your growth. Another very special area near and dear to my heart that raises your vibration during meditation, even sleep, is crystals. I love crystals. There is a crystal for every need, every ailment. They are just amazing. So let's talk about a few of my faves. Okay, so I'm going to break out some of my lovelies for you. Some of my faves. So this is a Lemurian crystal. It's Lemurian because it's got these little lines. It's going to be hard to see. So this is part of the Akashic Records. So there's a song, Family Name, on the Rainbow Children album. He talks about Akashic Records. He knew everything. So he's sitting on a couch right now, on his purple couch. And today he's wearing orange. He's telling me sacral chakra. I know. I'm working on it. And he says, yes, Akashic Records is... We'll do another video on that. That's a whole big book. Literally, it is a book. Okay, back to crystals. This is another labradorite. It's going to be hard to see it but if you put in a light, it's just gorgeous. A lot of light. This is for shamanic journeys. This is for astral travel. I sleep with it under my bed a lot because I love her. I haven't given her a name yet. Amethyst. So this is an amethyst from Uruguay. This is really, really dark amethyst. The darker, the better. So this is a high quality amethyst, and I'm going to show you a comparison. This is also an amethyst, lower quality, and you see how cloudy it is. This is a cheaper amethyst, but it is a point. It is used as wand. I use it for Reiki healing when I pull stuff out. So this is how the difference in colors that you can get with amethyst, and he loved amethyst. He said he had a big one at Paisley Park. Cool. Clear quartz. This is an end-all, be-all, what you got to have. So this one is very clear. Thanks, Ro. And it's got a little bit of coloring, a little bit of clouding in here, but it's gorgeous. It's got 6 points. So this also is great for doing your crystal grids, and we'll talk about that. Making grids to help you with your intentions during meditation. This is another type of amethyst. This is a chevron amethyst. See how it goes in those V? So this is how it came in the rock, and there was a whole bunch of these points, and so they cut the rock out, and then you can see the beautiful stripes. Isn't that gorgeous? I love you. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about rose quartz. He loves rose quartz. So when he told me about it in a dream, I said, okay. So I went and got the biggest hunk I could find in my price range. So this is raw, so this is untumbled, it's not smooth, and it's in its own form, and I like it like that. I like some stones to be not altered by people, because it can affect the way it works, but when crystals are in points, it really puts the focus of the energy. It's amazing. So this is a rose quartz. This is also a rose quartz, and it has different colors. It almost goes into the lavender and purples, but it's still a rose quartz. I love it. This is a selenite. This is a selenite tower. Great for using during meditation and using your crystal grids. It cleanses everything, keeps any negative energies away. Love her. So this is the new addition to the family. This is cherry tangerine. It is from Africa. It's one of the newer founded stones, and it's all the rage right now. And it's absolutely amazing energy. I was working with it last night, and I held it in my hand, and it was just, you can feel it. So go to a store, find what works for you. So that's just a little bit of the stones, crystals that I have. I use them often. When you start to work with crystals, you'll see how powerful they are, and you'll get kind of addicted. I'm telling you, it's a necessary evil. You just have to have them in your life. I sleep with this one under my pillow every night, and I sleep with certain ones. I sleep with this one, and I sleep with this one. So this is the trio. I know. So if you start to slowly work on your spiritual self, on your energetic vibration, he says, you will hear me. You'll find me. It'll be gentle. Spirit is very gentle. It's not going to be like, getting a hug physically, but he does hug you. It's going to feel different. It's hard to explain how it feels, but you just know there's something here. When you feel someone staring at you, that's their energy touching you. I felt you staring at me. That's what it is. It's gentle. It's very subtle at first. So meditation will teach you to really understand your own body, and then help you to learn what your energy feels like. And so when you're confronted with another energy, you'll feel it. Sometimes our relatives from spirit is learning this as well. So they'll learn how to connect with you, how to work with you, how to communicate, give you messages. And sometimes it'll be as gentle as a thought. You'll listen to music, Prince's music, and he will help you bring relatives in. So if a song starts to make you think of your mom or your grandpa, then know that your grandpa is coming in at that time. Isn't that awesome? So if you'd love to learn more about that, I do readings. You can visit my website, purplespirithealing.com, and learn more about how to raise your vibration. We can do meditations together. We can go over essential oils and crystals and how to change different parts of your lifestyle slowly. He knows you just can't let go of bacon and burgers cold turkey, but a little less this month, a little bit less next month, until you're ready to let go. Oh, and coffee. He says let go of coffee. I know. I didn't think I could, and I did it. And I drink more green tea. I find all these other lovely, yummy teas, doing a detox. Okay. He says detox is important to let go of impurities in your body. So that would be a good first step to raising your vibration. Different ways you can do it. There's drinks, there's tons of different ways. So if you want to look at doing a detox, that's a great way to start. So I want to pull some cards, see what you want to say about all this information. What do you want to share with everybody? I am using there's one card, Angels of Abundance cards. I like these. I haven't used them in a while. I'm starting to go towards cards that don't have a lot of words on them. Okay, so what do you want to share? I have 2 cards. Do you want to do one more? Is it this one? Okay. So, we have cards. Okay. Visualize abundance in all forms. So, abundance means having a good amount of what you need. Abundance in love, abundance in joy, abundance in having what you need. And it's not just food, it's not just money, it's friendships, abundance in talking to people, abundance in giving. So whatever that abundance means to you, giving more hugs, that's abundance. So that is your first step to raising your vibration. Next card. Aw. Pay yourself first. So take care of you. There's so many of us that we have a hard time taking care of ourselves because we're taking care of other people. But to raise your vibration, it means taking care of you. And isn't this a gorgeous angel? Look at her. And she's wearing crystals. I love that. She's gorgeous. Okay, next card. Bountiful nature. So that means going into nature, feeding nature, taking care of nature, planting a tree, having a garden, growing your own fruits and vegetables is a great way to raise your vibration. That's one, taking care of the land, taking care of you, you're grounding yourself, and you're creating this lovely project for the whole family. The whole family gets the garden, not just you. And you're working the land, you're getting in tune with Mother Nature, you're getting to know the place in which you live. You're understanding, oh, this ground needs more nutrients. I'm going to feed nutrients into this ground, and guess what? Your other trees, the other shrubs, flowers you have around are going to be happier too. And then you're going to be happier because you have fresh veggies anytime you want. Even start out with a tiny little herb garden with just your lavender, your mint, your sage, your marigold, cilantro. You can grow all those lovely things in your own little garden and have it fresh. Basil, make your own pesto. That's the yummiest. He liked pesto. Cool. I didn't know that. He puts these things, okay, the way he talks is he puts ideas in my head. And that was not part of the script, so he just gives me ideas. That's great. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please follow me on Instagram, Purple Spirit Healing with Lolly. Visit my website if you are so inclined to learn more about everything that we covered. Prince wants us all to raise our vibration, to awaken our spiritual selves, because guess what? 2020 is going to be banging. 2020 is going to be different. You said you weren't going to talk politics. He says you might have a different president next year. That's all I'm going to say about that. He says, but 2020 is the year for ascension. We are all going to be ascending, many of us, not all, into the new earth. It's not that we're all going at the same time. We're all going to go in waves. But don't you want to be in the first wave to enjoy yourself, and then you can help everyone else join you? That's what's going to happen next year. The ascension starts. So let's prepare ourselves now, doing all the things that we need to do to raise our vibration that might have an interest in this. Thank you so much for listening. Love, peace, and may we live to see the dawn. Aloha.